years, and which was, what's the difference between trust and belief? What's the difference from me believing a person and trusting a person? That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, that's the thought. Believe and trust. Anybody? Go ahead, Reggie. What's the difference?
For me, the difference is I can believe that a person has the ability to do something, but I trust them to follow through on what it is I'm believing them to have the ability to do.
Okay.
So the difference is I might believe it's just like a child. A child comes to their parents and asks for things because they believe they have the ability to do it. When that parent follows through, it develops that relationship of trust that when I go to my parent and ask them for something, they're going to follow through. So therefore, when I'm in need, I know where I can go, a place of trust to get the help that I'm seeking. So I think the difference is believing is knowing that someone has the ability, but trusting is the relationship that has been built from trying them enough to be able to trust them.
Wow.
Is believing a step towards what?
I can come from a bunch of young people's perspective, as in people can say they believe in Jesus, they believe in God, but they're not going to fully have trust in Jesus or have trust in God until they see action or see something happen, and then they be like, yes, that was Jesus, or yeah, that was God. Then somebody have to tell them that because they're not going to recognize it.
Awesome.
That's the
They
main
know
thing.
for themselves.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody?
I was asking, is belief or believing a step towards trust? Because to believe that Pastor Parker, if I fall backwards, can catch me and can hold this 250 pounds, keep from hitting the floor, is one thing. But just because I believe that he can do it, does not mean that I'm going to give him the opportunity to do it. But if I trust him, I'll surrender my will. I'll go on back and trust that he's going to be able to do it and that he will do it. So I'm asking.
I'm listening.
I think everybody is pretty much saying it because I've thought about that so many different times. I think it's the difference between, it's just like, you know, when you took the science class and you had the in-class part and then you had the lab. In-class part is just like the belief, it's the information. They told me that if I look at this chair, it makes sense to me that it has the ability, like you said, to hold me. It makes sense. It has 4 chairs. It looks even. It looks like it has what it takes. But am I willing to trust or put the information to the test to see if it can hold what I think?
And once you do, then you trust the chair.
Right. Then you have
So trust has to do with the dynamics changing, right? I mean, because we all believe in that he can do it or she can do it or believe in something. But in order to trust you, I can trust you if dynamics are in the right order, if everything is in order. You know, this is predicated upon that. Then I can, for example, I believe all my students can do well. But in some situations, I may not trust them in that situation because I know that there's some distractions there. But I believe they can do it. But whether they did it or not, it was because of some distractions.
I think you touched, I'm sorry, Clay.
Clay, go ahead first.
I think you touched on something really well there, and it kind of made me come from a different perspective, which is belief is that thing that we hope will happen, but trust is the actual experience.
Right.
So once we have that experience, for the example with the chair, because many of us come to church, many of us came in here, and we just sat in these chairs.
Oh yeah. Question.
First time we ever seen these chairs for some of us, and didn't question whether or not it was going to hold us. but because I've sat in a chair that looked like this, felt like this, resembled this chair, I sat down without thinking about it. Because I've had that experience that something that looks like this can hold me or support me in sitting in this chair. So the belief is the hope that something will happen, faith. And the trust is that experience with that particular person or thing that has proven that it can do what you believe it can do.
Anybody